Doesn't look real. Must be AI.
I didn't say there's Dave.
Ultimately, this is the reason you come to Tuscany.
Oh, I'm not eating both of them.
Oh, that was the best €15 ever spent. There are so many churches. I think Jesus was Italian. We're going to visit every single church in Florence in a single day, starting at midnight tonight.
Impossible.
Our last morning in Siena, and we're not rushing. A slow breakfast on the terrace, pretending we're not about to lug our bags across Italy. Lovely spot for breakfast. After checkout, we opt for a taxi to the station instead of battling Siena's escalators downhill. A short ride later, and we're back at the station, bags in tow, Florence bound and caffeinated. Florence's main railway station, Firenze Santa Maria Novella, is just a short walk from the city's historic heart. We're heading straight for Piazza del Duomo, home of the iconic Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore and conveniently our home base for the week. Dragging luggage through here feels less like the Renaissance and more like playing Italian Frogger. Buongiorno, travellers.
Buongiorno.
A lovely Buongiorno. A bit tired today for reasons that will become apparent. We're going to see Dave. Our accommodation is conveniently just up the street from the Accademia Gallery, home to Michelangelo's iconic statue of David.
I see 9:45.
Timed entry. We bought our tickets in advance. Get your guide. The ones sold by the museum were all sold out. This cost a little bit more, but you got to do what you got to do.
This is the red point, so this is it. Imagine being here at noon, high noon. That's scary.
Grazie.
Is there a queue or you just walk up?
Just walk up. There's no queue, no roped off distance. Once you're inside, you just walk right up to him, which Inter's doing at top speed. It's easy to forget that this was carved from a single block of marble. Over 5 metres tall, perfectly proportioned, and somehow more alive than any other sculpture. The detail is extraordinary. The veins in his hand, the furrow in his brow. This isn't just a biblical hero, it's the embodiment of the perfection of youth. Beyond David's tribune is a series of galleries that trace the evolution of Italian art, from early religious works to grand sculptural studies. The plaster cast gallery is filled with full-scale replicas that were used for teaching and reference. Each space is a step back through the centuries. And then something unexpected, the Hall of Musical Instruments. A small but fascinating collection, including 17th century violins, harpsichords, and even a Stradivarius. The Medici certainly like their instruments.
Yeah, it looks like music is for the rich.
Definitely. Of course, all good rides end in the gift shop. Uscita. Always busy. So that was Dave. It was good. We managed to skip the line. I'll leave the cost of the different tickets, buying it from the museum as opposed to buying it from Get Your Guide. Cost a little more, but I think you're getting quicker.
Once you're in there, you have ample opportunities to get whatever photos or videos you want of David.
Don't run for it. Quick!
It's like, there he is!
Quick! There's Dave!
I didn't say there's Dave. I said there's David. There he is.
Hey, Dave.
Not Dave.
So our accommodation has been interesting.
We've had issues with the electricity, with the plumbing, and with the lack of soundproof.
With the neighbours upstairs who like to argue and stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning.
For once, I'm not going to leave a link down below for the accommodation. I will show you some pictures. It's beautiful.
It's lovely, but
And it's so well located.
you have to sacrifice your sleep and creature comforts.
So,
Not the best.
not the best. Not the worst either.
From the museum, we head to one of Florence's most famous lunch spots, Panini Toscani, home to some of the most delicious Florentine sandwiches you'll find, according to TripAdvisor.
How's a Florentine Aperol compared to a Roman?
Very refreshing. Frizzante. I'm not eating both of them.
Porchetta?
Oh, so crispy. Oh, the meat. You should see how much meat is in your sandwich.
It's like a roast pork delight.
Oh, you'll love it.
I've never in my life. I mean, it's big.
After a delicious Florentine sandwiches, eaten with the Duomo looming over us, we're heading inside for a look.
It's so romantic to be alone in Florence.
Florence, oh my god.
It's you, me,
500,000 other people.
and a gajillion other people. We're about to do a bit of a small tour inside the Duomo, the cathedral.
The Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, as it's officially known, is actually free to visit, but the line to get in can stretch all the way around the building. To skip the queue, we've booked a guided tour through their official website. It's only €15 and worth every cent.
My name is Viviana. I was born in Florence and I'm an official Florence tourist guide. So we're going to be together for about 45 minutes. I hope I'm not going to be boring, guys. Let me know if I speak too much.
And after a quick security check, we're inside.
So welcome inside Santa Maria del Fiore, Our Lady of the Flower, clearly dedicated to Mary. And from that amazing stained glass window over there, from the early 1400s, designed by none other than Donatello, one of the greatest artists of the Renaissance, in addition to being one of the Ninja Turtles, right?
Our guide leads us into Florence's Grand Cathedral, echoing with centuries of history. We see the rare 24-hour liturgical clock still ticking in medieval time. The walls are lined with striking frescoes, from monumental equestrian portraits of military leaders to a scene by Domenico del Michelino featuring Dante himself. But the true masterpiece is overhead, Brunelleschi's dome. Built without scaffolding, its construction puzzled experts for centuries, especially since Brunelleschi destroyed his plans, an early but drastic form of intellectual copyright. Today we understand how he did it, but that doesn't make it any less breathtaking.
So they are huge. They are even bigger than the ones made by Michelangelo for the Sistine Chapel. But these two painters were very good too, and Vasari, a friend of Michelangelo, they knew each other. So you can see that they drew inspiration from him in the style and everything, you know.
Funded by the powerful Medici family, it was an audacious project that redefined Renaissance architecture.
Grazie mille.
Prego, thank you.
Oh, that was the best €15 ever spent.
Wow, that's a bargain.
Everybody else is getting in here for free. They just get to see it. They don't get to experience it and understand it. You book your tickets through the website for the church. I'll leave a link below.
For everything, wherever I go.
Yeah, it's very hard to photograph a cathedral. It just doesn't fit. Nothing beats actually being here, I'm sorry to say. Even though it's my job to show it to you. If you really want to see it, you have to come in and wait in line like all these people. Everybody lining up to buy a glass of wine at an inflated price through a little tiny window. Something that started during the plague, carried over into the modern day plague. Buongiorno, travellers. We're in Italy, so we're going to see Sophia Loren.
For breakfast.
She's going to cook us up breakfast. Come and join us.
Today we're exploring the south of Florence, including Santa Croce, before escaping to the Tuscan countryside for a Chianti tasting you won't want to miss.
done with the usual Italian efficiency. First, you go and look in the cabinet what you want. You go to the register, pay for what you want. He gives you a ticket that you take back to the counter to get what you want.
Three-step process.
Well, look out, incoming tour group. You could get run down. There's a market here today in front of Santa Croce. Yet another church. I've never bought tickets for a church. I guess the more popular the church, the more likely there's a charge. Tickets obtained. Buy one end and the other.
The Basilica of Santa Croce is often called the Temple of Italian Glories, being the final resting place for Florence's greatest minds. Lots of famous people buried here. This monumental but still humble Franciscan church holds the tombs of Michelangelo, Galileo and Machiavelli alongside towering columns and centuries of art. Marconi. It's vast, it's solemn, and it's impossible not to be awed by the weight of who and what is remembered there. This isn't just a church, it's Florence's Hall of Fame. Outside the main cathedral lies a series of cloisters, courtyards and chapels that make up the larger Santa Croce complex. From chapels with restored frescoes to courtyards and halls tucked away from the crowds, each space reveals another layer of history.
As a challenge, we're going to visit every single church in Florence in a single day.
Impossible.
Starting at midnight tonight and finishing midnight tomorrow. If you want more Catholic-related content, hit the subscribe button now. Give it a like. Grazie.
Tucked behind Santa Croce is something you might not expect, a working leather school founded by Franciscan friars after World War II. The Scuola del Cuoio still trains artisans today, keeping Florence's century-old leatherworking tradition alive. All items are for sale and are made on the premises. And yes, there's also a gift shop.
What a lovely spot.
Very nice. I mean, a lot of people do know. If you know, you know. But if you want good quality, authentic Italian leather goods.
And fork out your euros.
Yes.
It's located just behind Santa Croce.
Oh, what a view.
What's the collective noun for tourists? A sliver? A gaggle? Let me know in the comments.
So beautiful.
People queuing up for sandwiches. If you're at the end of the queue, how long until you get your sandwich? There's the end of the line. Would you queue that long for a sandwich? Yeah.
Well, if I had all day.
Good afternoon, team. Buonasera. We're off to get drunk today. Wine tasting.
This afternoon, we're heading out on a small group wine tasting tour we booked through Get Your Guide.
Hello guys, ciao! Buonasera! Good afternoon!
Over the next 4 hours, we'll travel into the famous Chianti Classico region, stopping at 2 different winery estates to sample their wines, each paired with local produce. It's a chance to escape into the gorgeous Tuscan countryside and sip a little history. Our first stop is Tenuta San Vito, a classic Italian estate with old world charm.
Ultimately, this is the reason you come to Tuscany. It's all about wine, food, cheese, and everything Italian.
Here we're introduced to the history of the vineyard and the traditional methods they still use to craft authentic Italian Chianti. The blend of grapes is strictly regulated under Italian law, part of what ensures the quality and character of every bottle. And after the schooling comes the tasting.
Inta has had 3 more wines than she's used to, so let's see what kind of afternoon we get up to. So how was that?
It was fabulous, really. Good fun. If money was no object, I would have already ordered everybody's Christmas present.
Be ready for the second round. Just a minute to reach the second winery. It's very different because the cellar is new.
Our next winery is the nearby Villa Elanghi. A relative newcomer to Chianti, was established in 1977 in a region where winemaking dates back hundreds or even thousands of years. From the moment we arrive, it feels like the contemporary face of Chianti. Clean lines, modern production, and a tasting room that wouldn't feel out of place in the city, except here it opens onto those same gorgeous Tuscan hills.
Only when we hit that kind of give me a sec. So when we hit those 2 factors, it means we have a great year.
If you don't drink wine, you should.
So you enjoyed that?
Oh, it was the ultimate. Very relaxing and educational, and I'm surprised we haven't bought anything.
And so 6 glasses of wine later, we return to Florence with a new respect for Italian Chianti, full bellies, and newfound friends.
You handsome
Like, comment, subscribe. Beautiful people.
That's lovely people. It's the magic of travel, isn't it?
Yes. Take you to get your guide.
Oh, yeah.
We'll leave a comment. We'll leave a link down below. And you leave a comment. How many people have you met on tours?
And beautiful people.
And beautiful people.
Our first few days in Florence have been filled with new sights, unforgettable experiences, and ancient wonders. And this is only the beginning.
So what to do on a rainy day in Florence? There's over 80 museums in Florence. We should go see one of them.
Our adventures in Florence continue, visiting the greatest museums,
Francesca's studio, a little porn stash.
marveling at the world's greatest works of art, and Italian engineering feats.
Trying to work out why all these people are doing Tai Chi.
So not only is it a place to take stupid photos, somewhere different in Florence. It's a legitimately good burger. We've just got notice that our train has been cancelled. We're off to the station to see what we do now.
Join us.
It's chaos in Italy today.
What number?
661.
Oh my God.